Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be going over all the customization and all of the unlocks that you can acquire in Predator Hunting Grounds. Now my account is max level at the moment because in the beta 25 is the maximum level. There's a lot of things that you'll see that are completely locked because you can't actually unlock them because the maximum level in this game at the moment is 25. But one thing that is really cool with this game is you actually level up just your account. So some of the stuff you'll actually level up if you play the Fireteam, aka the soldiers, or if you play Predator, your account just levels up and you'll get unlocks basically on both. However, with the Fireteam, there is an exception here because each individual weapon will have mods that you can actually apply. So you'll see that I can put on like a red dot, which I currently have. You can change the barrel over here. And when you use this weapon, you'll actually gain XP. So if you want to actually level up the weapon, you actually have to use the weapon, which I think is a pretty good thing. As far as the cosmetics in the game, there are some cosmetics that are only going to be acquired, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that via loot boxes. Now, some of the cosmetics you'll be able to see that you can just purchase. So like for example, this bandana over here, it costs 750 of the in-game currency. And they give you a ton in the very beginning as you're opening up loot boxes. If you get duplicates, it will convert it to currency. There are also repeats of certain items that will just be like backwards or the way that it is oriented on your character. However, if you unlock one of them, there is still also different color variations that you guys can see that you can purchase for some other currency here. But some of the items, like, let me go ahead and go into maybe the eyewear and show you guys some of them. I'm just going to cycle through these relatively fast because I do kind of want to show off a decent amount here. But there are some items that are only acquired via loot boxes. Like you cannot just purchase, like for example, this one over here, I can't just purchase it. Although this one over here, since I have the helmet, that face paint really doesn't matter too much. But you'll see that there are multiple different skin tones, and those don't cost anything. But as far as the outfit goes, there's not too many things available right now, but you can see that there are different rarities. So we have common, which is the blue, and then we have the uncommon, which is purple, and there is another category, which if we go into this one, we can go ahead and go into the colors over here, and you'll see all the different colors. But there are other ones that are in the red category, which I believe is the rarest. So you can see some of the different camos on some of the weapons over here. Now this one I believe is a pre-order bonus over here. But anyways, so now that you've seen some like a brief introduction, I will go more in depth on the customization of the guns and stuff. But another question I had was as far as the loot boxes, what can you get with them, and as well as you know, can they give you anything that's OP? Can you essentially get guns out of it? I don't think you can. I'm going to go ahead and open up all of them right now, just for the sake of opening them up. If you want to go ahead and skip out on this, feel free to go ahead and just fast forward a little bit. But I will go over all of the weapons and everything in this video. I just want to go ahead and also include this here because I actually don't know what's in here, so I can't answer this other than I'm pretty sure it's just cosmetics. As far as I've seen, I don't think you can get items here. But we'll also kind of go ahead and serve this video as a purpose to see how rare are certain things in the game. And just a heads up, you get almost about a loot box a game if you play, but you guys know how it is with a lot of games. As you get further down the line, you start getting less and less, right? As far as the progression goes. So as we're getting more loot boxes, we'll probably end up opening like 50 loot boxes here. Because we'll get duplicates over here, and if we get a duplicate of a more rare item, it will give you more currency. But we'll open up just a few of them here, and then I'll open up all of them at the very end, because I know most people just came to see the weapons in the game. They wanted to see what the heck is on the Predator, what the heck is on the Soldier. So let's go ahead and do that. But I just want to open up a few of them so you guys kind of got an idea of what's there. Now, when you see the camo for the gun, you're just unlocking the camo. You're not actually unlocking the weapon. But I think we have all the weapons that are released as of right now. So anyways, let's go ahead and go into the Predator customization. So there's another thing I want to mention. Not only do you happen to have your you know, your primary, your secondary, all of your gear and your perks, but there's also this, which I didn't actually see and a lot of people didn't notice as well. There are multiple different like predators that you can play. So you can see the stats here. The only one that's available is the hunter right now in the beta. You can see over here we have the jungle hunter, This one, I think it's very similar to this one. I mean, if you look at the stats, it says it's kind of the same. This one says well-balanced and hunting experience. This is also well-balanced. It might just be a skin. I'm not actually positive on that. But here, if we compare the Scout to the Jungle Hunter, you can see it has a lot less health, but it's got more stamina, more move speed, and less gear points, if you will. And I'll explain more about that in a second, but I just want to show off all of the different predators that are available, and likewise with the Fireteam over here. So you can see Fireteam, we have our class, we have Assault, we have Recon over here that's built for range combat, spotting, and stalking. So there's also Recon over here, and there's also Support. But you can see they have different stats. This will affect how the gameplay plays out for your like stats. So it's not just like the cosmetic as far as like seeing how the character looks. But Recon is not available again at the moment. But you can see there is also bonuses, like I almost want to call it just kind of like built-in perks. So you can see that this one has better hipfire accuracy and teammate revive speed. This one has better spot duration and mud cover duration. So to explain how that works, you can cover yourself in mud in the game, and that will make it more difficult for the predator to see when he uses his like heat vision. And then we also have Scout, which gives you faster weapon switch speed and secondary weapon damage, which can be quite great because the minigun, which is the last weapon that you unlock. And if you guys want to see gameplay of that, I will be uploading it very soon. I have an amazing game with the minigun. But that is actually going to be something that I'm mostly interested in trying out, but there is less health, although with the minigun you can melt the predator quite fast. And then for the support class, we have explosive damage resistance and extra ammo reserves. Keep in mind the predator can also explode the barrels, which will make it so you take more damage over here. But going into Scout, I'm just going to go ahead and swap into it. So you'll see that there is gear over here, and depending on the class that you play, let's see, so we have Scout over here, you'll see that we'll have 0 out of 5. It's just because we just swapped classes. But if I go to Assault over here, we'll have 10. So obviously we can hold more gear. Certain gear in the game will cost a set amount of points. It has weight, essentially. So think of it just like whatever your points are, that's how much you can actually spend. So the more that you have in your gear slot doesn't give you more copies of the item. What it does is it gives you like a bigger inventory. Think of it kind of like inventory stash space. That's the best way to put it. But anyways, as far as I'm aware, there isn't like a specific class that can't use a certain weapon or can only use a certain weapon. But again, it might be determined on like your gear and your perks essentially. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into showing off all of the weapons here. So for the assault rifle category, we have the QR4, we have the Yugioh, the ARW, and the Gossel R. But these are the only two ones that you can use. And this one, you can actually change it to be a burst fire by hitting down on the D-pad if you do play on console. So that's kind of nice to be able to change it to single fire and stuff like that. And then for the snipers, we got 3 different snipers. I really wanted to try out this one. As far as I'm aware of, you cannot one-shot the predator even with this weapon. I've tried it. So yeah. Just in case you guys were wondering, can you one-shot the predator with a 50 cal? I don't know, because I'm assuming this does the most damage in the game. However, it's not available in the demo here. And then for special, we have the grenade launcher over here, the D34D, and we have the RP 103, which is like the big machine gun over here. And then for the secondaries over here, for the pistols, we've got the Grimtech 19, the 10, 11, 12, and then the 2XL. I wish we could try this one out, but for the most part, the only thing I really got to mess around with, I messed around with some of the shotguns as well, you can see barely, but we got like our basic pump over here, we got like basically an AA-12, and then the XDB-12 as well. You can see like all the little stats over here. Also want to mention that the noise thing, I wouldn't really worry about that too much. If you're firing without like a suppressor, the predator's going to hear you anyways. And more than likely, when the enemy shoots you, they will also be making sounds. So I wouldn't worry too much about the noise stat in this game. But anyways, moving on to the SMGs, we have the PDWZ over here, which is like an MP7 variant. And this is like a Vector, ZR55, and the Z06 over here, which is kind of like a UMP. And then for the special category, we just have this one over here. Now, I also want to mention that you can modify the weapons. However, most of them are pretty much the exact same thing. What I mean by that is the optics. They're basically the same optics that you can put on other guns. Obviously, some guns won't be able to put on like a 6x scope, but that's kind of pointless anyways. Most of the customization in the weapon category just comes down to the suppressor. And then for the magazine, it's just extended mags at the moment. It'd be kind of cool to see like maybe tracking rounds, or maybe some type of burning ones, or maybe some that do more damage against like the AI or something like that. You can get a perk for that. But in addition to that, all of the camos in the game, they pretty much apply to all of them. I haven't seen one where it's like very little on the camos. Basically, it's like when you unlock a camo, you unlock it for that specific weapon. But we'll just go ahead and cycle through all the camos one time real quick, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what they look like. This one kind of has like a cool effect where it's like rainbowy. But as far as the melee weapons go on the firefight team, or the fire team, you just have the combat knife over here. Wish you could get another one though. But as far as the gear goes, here's what we got. So this one lets you just heal, and you can move while using this one. And that is the frag grenade over here, and then flashbang, ammo bag. This one, you do have to throw it on the ground, and then you actually have to pick it up. You have to like hold the button, and then it slowly like gives it to you. It doesn't give it to you instantly. Same thing with this med kit. You have to throw it on the ground. Your teammates can use it as well, but it will heal you, but it won't give you like extra syringes or anything. And then we have the smoke, noise maker, and then the thermal decoy over here. And it doesn't matter what slot it is, they're all the same. It's not like with slot 1 you can only select a few of them. You can select whatever you want on whatever slot. What matters is the amount of gear space that the character actually has. And then for perks, here's what we've got. We've got quick release, so that lets you reload weapons faster. Faster ADS movement speed. Flesh Ripper makes it so you get increased damage against the AI. Sludge Blood makes it so it extends the time before you bleed out. The efficient, increased experience from all sources. This could be maybe kind of good in the very beginning if you want to level up the account. And then improves your speed while down when you're basically knocked. I honestly wouldn't, I mean, it's only 1 point, but I honestly don't think this is really worth running. And then persistent, you can be down 1 extra time before death. And then we have thick skin, so increased overall health, increased starting weapon ammo. We have deal extra melee damage. But I don't think you're going to try to melee the Predator anyways, and most of the time, with the exception of some of the elites, which I'm guessing you can't just one hit with melee anyways, I'm not sure if I would take that one, but maybe, I don't know, I haven't unlocked it, but I know with some of the elite ones, you'll take it'll have to be multiple hits. And then we have faster movement speed. And then we can muddy up faster. So, like I mentioned before, muddying up makes it so the Predator has a harder time spotting you. However, there is a thing where if you muddy up, it can actually be worse because then the Predator can spot you when you're muddied via your tracks. But that's if he runs that perk, and that's if you run this. But this is also 5 points. And then you have bonus damage to Yugioh. I believe this is basically Predator. They should have just said Predator to make it make more sense. I'm pretty sure that's what it means though. Longer lasting Predator spot. And then we have take less damage from AI units. We have reduced weapon recoil. We can produce less noise, so smaller sound indicators. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about this one too much once again. You can spot Predator traps automatically in range. This one is actually pretty big. Some of the traps in this game, how they work is you can't really do anything until you get rid of the trap. There's a net that will completely lock your character down from being able to like fire, and you'll have to destroy it. There's also like a bear trap that you actually have to look down and disarm. Otherwise, you can still shoot your gun, but you cannot move and you cannot aim in all directions. Iron Lungs gives you bonus stamina and exhaustion recovery. And then Fast Ends lets you swap weapons and gear. Then we have increased hipfire accuracy, and then increased number of gear uses. Now this will increase the amount of times you can use your gear points, but it does cost a lot. Then we have Dexterous, which is going to increase your interaction speed. There's a lot of times in this game, and if you guys haven't seen the gameplay, I'll pin some down below. But when you're activating certain things in the game, you're basically a sitting duck, so either enemies and the AI can hit you, or it'll let the Predator have some time to really line up his shot, and he can maybe use the bow and absolutely just destroy you. Well, technically the bow is not available in the open beta, at least this one. And then we have Ice Cold. It reduces thermal body temperature. And then we have the OWLF train, which makes it so you just take less damage from the predator, which I think this one and like the extra bonus health would be quite nice to have. But anyways, those are the perks as well as everything for the team Fireteam. Now let's go ahead and hop right into the Predator. And like I said, keep in mind everything is in the demo right now, so there might be more in the future. I'm not sure, but I just want to give you guys like a quick little overview of everything in the game. And if we go to like the secondary over here, like let's say we go to shotgun. I actually didn't check out the shotgun mods. I'm actually kind of curious to see if there is any shotgun mods. So you can throw on once again. There's a lot of repeats on the objects, but you can't put like a scope on it. And there's like an extended mag, I guess. Okay, so but extended mag on a shotgun. Not sure how that actually works, but it is available. Okay. But let's see what we can do with the pistols over here. Oh, and for those of you guys that wanted to know with the minigun, I don't believe that there is actually anything that you can do with it. So you can change the optic, and you get your standard optics, and then just extend mag. A lot of the stuff again is just repeats. Dang, that's a really big suppressor over here. But anyways, yeah, for the minigun, unfortunately there is no modifications. It's really insane, anyways. Like it's amazing. A lot of people want this thing nerfed, and I think it is really good right now. Especially if you have multiple people with them, but it does take a while for it to kind of wind up. But anyways, now that you guys have seen the customization for the Fireteam, let's go ahead and hop right into the Predator customization, then we'll go ahead and open a bunch of loot boxes. So, like I said before, there are multiple classes over here. Again, I can't select them, so I can't show you guys if there's like more or less gear slot, like how much more or less you get with them, but you guys can get the idea via the other classes. But anyways, here's what we got for our primary weapons. So I'll kind of explain what they do too, because the net gun, how it works is it traps them, and they basically have to spam a button, E or square, until basically they free themselves from the net. Otherwise, they can't do anything. And then we have I'm just going to call this the staff or spear, because that's what it basically opens up into. So what happens with this is you can throw it, and you can impale some of the lesser enemies. But it's really strong, and if you do throw it, you actually have to pick it up. It doesn't like give you infinite of them. You actually have to go back and pick it up. The Elder Sword, I haven't played with it, so I couldn't tell you. The Smart Disc, you know what? I tried so many times. I mean, I'm max level. We played for a long time. I really tried to get a decapitation with this. It's so incredibly hard, because what you can do is you can throw it, and then you can use your analog stick or your mouse, and you can actually try to hit the target with it. It doesn't fly infinitely, but you also do have to pick it up. You can also use it as a melee weapon, but it's just so incredibly hard to actually land. But I couldn't tell you how good it is in terms of actually hitting someone in the head, because I haven't done it myself. If someone has, let me know, does it one hit them? Then we have the plasma caster over here. So it says it produces a multi-shot fractured plasma projectile effective at close range. So I want to say this is, if you ever played Halo, like a Mauler, maybe it's like basically a mini shotgun, if you will. And then we have the War Club. Couldn't tell you how that is. There was apparently a version of the game that someone played. They said the bow was super OP. It says you can one-shot people if you headshot. Again, I haven't played it myself. But this could be pretty good, because there are a lot of times where the enemy is holding perfectly still, and you have an opportunity to hit them because they're interacting with an object. But again, I haven't tested it out myself, because the laser, which is the other ranged weapon, it shows, well, we'll get into that in a moment, but it shows exactly where you're at. And then for the second weapon, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just that you can choose two different weapons over here, and you still have, of course, your wrist blades as well. So that is still an option. You don't have to equip that. All right. So as far as the gear goes on the Predator, we have a healing kit. We have an audio decoy, which self-explanatory makes the sound. And then we have a bear trap. This thing is absolutely amazing. This is highly, highly recommend to get. The motion detector, couldn't use it because we didn't have it available for us. But again, that'll be in the full game over here. But I want to also mention that you can actually find these little pigs, these boars, and you can actually heal up by eating them. So you don't have to take a healing kit if you don't want to, but I would probably recommend to run a healing kit and bear trap. I think these are overall the best as of right now. But anyways, as far as the perks go, we have energy cell, so that's increased energy. We can make it so you can extend blood trail intervals. And then we have resourceful, increased experience from all sources, faster energy regeneration, and then we have faster movement speed in the trees. We have heal with the medkit at higher speed. Impenetrable, which makes you take less damage from bullet-based weapons, which is primarily how most people will be fighting you anyways. And then we have spatial awareness, so you have larger sound indicators in vision mode. Deal extra damage with melee weapons, which I think this one would be really good because that's usually how people play the Predator. And then we have reduced cooldown on energy overloads, leap further distances. We have deal more damage with ranged weapons, take reduced damage while in the trees, and then reduces the cooldown of period of the second wind ability. So when you get basically eliminated as Predator, you still run around and you can basically heal back up, and how it works. I'm not sure the full cooldown of it, but pretty much I wouldn't really say that it's going to be so short of cooldown that you get second wind and then you go back and fight him instantly and you have it again. It's probably still relatively long. Like I said, I haven't tested it myself. Extends the duration of second wind ability. I wouldn't worry about this. You get a huge amount of time, plus you have a lot better mobility than the humans anyways. And then now you can see mudded Fireteam infrared footprints. I ran this before, and so basically someone would mod up and it'd actually make it worse for them because you could just see their footprints. We have bonus stamina and exhaustion recovery. Biomask receives less damage. I believe this makes it so you take less headshot damage. The faster Predcore mounting speed, faster weapon / gear swapping, increased use of gear items, and then light bender, and then heated makes it so vision mode consumes less energy. Oh, sorry, I should have said cloak consumes less energy. I read the name instead of what it did. And then dithered lens. I tried this. This thing still appears. You'll still find where you're at. I'm not sure how effective this is because I would need the Predator to equip it, and then I'd have to be these humans. Then Trapper makes so the tougher trap takes longer for a Fireteam to escape. I think this could be a pretty good thing to run as well, especially when you bear trap them or you net them. It'd be quite nice. But that is it for all the options on the Predator. Now, as far as the modifications on some of the weapons, again, we don't have all the weapons, so this could be subject to change. But you guys can see over here, there's not any modifiers for the weapons that we can go ahead and equip. There's nothing else to equip here. But I don't know if there are going to be more modifiers. I guess I can equip the net gun here, and I can see if there's more modifiers for this. It's just changing the colors. Everything in this game is able to pretty much be changed. Like I said, you can use your currency in the game, which is like right now we have the 1800 in the top right. You can use that to buy the different colors here, but I would rather just use the loot boxes just to see what we can get here. So I think we've pretty much shown off everything. Like I said, I don't think that you can get anything out of the loot boxes, and also another thing I didn't mention, as you level up, you'll get more loadouts, but you can't swap like mid-game, so it doesn't really matter. You just select whatever you have, like whatever you want before the game actually starts anyways, and you'll be good to go. However, in the lobby, you can see what people run anyways, so maybe seeing what they do, you just swap at the last second. That'd be pretty good as far as like what you can do, but that might be kind of OP here. Anyways, that's the customization. Those are all of the unlocks and what you can get in the Predator hunting grounds. But I'm also kind of curious to see what's in these field lockers. I literally saved them for this video, and I want to know if they're worth actually getting, instead of just like, if you like a certain color, just get those, right? But I have not gotten one of the red ones. I don't know how rare they are because, well, we haven't gotten one yet. But they give you, like I said, a decent amount. You get 500. Wow. Okay, so the same rarity, or is that a better rarity? One of them, okay, you know, one of them kind of looked pink, but I haven't gotten the red one. I think the red one is the rarest. But with just that one alone, since it was a duplicate, I'm able to look at how many duplicates we're getting already. But I mean, I have played the game extensively this weekend, and I did open up a bunch. As you pretty much play about like one game, you'll get about one. But again, that's right now. Maybe later down the line, it gets slower and slower as you level up in games. They give you less, and like when you're leveling up, I'm sure you're getting like a loot box too, because I was just getting them. So let's see. Oh, we got a golden one. That's kind of cool. They do a little spin thing. But I would say, again, I'm okay with the way that they're doing microtransactions. Although the game is like, if you go to Epic Games, I believe it's 40, but on PlayStation they're advertising, it might have been the special edition for $60. And then there's also microtransactions. Again, for me, if it's just cosmetic, I won't complain too much, but you can still get loot boxes anyways. But I'm sure they'll probably sell loot boxes as well, but and I don't think that they're going to have anything pay to win, at least at launch. But you guys know how it is with games. Sometimes they're like, we promise there's no pay to win, and then you come back later down the line, and they start selling some other stuff. Like with Overwatch, you know, in the beginning it was pretty good with the loot boxes, but they're like, hold on, there's these OWL skins, and if you want to get them, you got to pay real money or use the Overwatch currency, which is still real money anyways. But I mean, most of the camos, this is the thing that I've always disliked with games, and let me know how you guys feel about this. When I get a camo, I just want to unlock all of the ARs, or all of at least one category. Ideally, it would be like, I unlock this camo, and I can apply on every gun. But like, to have your loot pool be so just filled with junk, right? Like, let's be honest here. Maybe someone will run the Magnum pistol, but for the most part, I don't think people are going to care about the pistol camos, man. Like, it's just not something that people care about, and at that point, it's just not satisfactory to open up a loot box to get that. Oh, we got a Spec Ops, although that one is... We got a red! What the heck is it? I can't... It didn't even let me see what it is. What? Okay, so maybe the demo is just not available. Well, that's kind of disappointing that we finally got one of the red, like I think that's the rarest thing in the game, and we couldn't even see what it was because it's not added in yet. Well, that's kind of funny. We got some red tiger camo, but most of the stuff in the game, I'm wondering if you unlock the camos also as male and female, because you can select that as a body type, which would again literally double their entire loot pool with just making it like unsatisfactory, right? But let's keep on opening this. How many more of these do we have? And in fact, we have so much we can actually buy. We can buy a lot more. Well, you know what? We'll just buy them all at once at the very end. This is probably going to be at least 50 loot boxes at this point, because again, you're seeing how fast we're able to get the currency in the game, which I think is good. I guess it's making this video unnecessarily long, but I'm curious to know what you guys think about this game down below also. I mean, I enjoyed it for the weekend. This is a game that I'll stream 8 hours a day when it comes out. If it fixes a lot of things and adds a lot more content, I'll think about it. But at the moment, this game was fun for the weekend for me. That was really about it. It's just like, oh, it's kind of cool, it's free, I'll play it. If the game comes out and it's free, I think the game has a lot more chance to be successful. Judging by like what the numbers were on Twitch, some games take time to grow, and I totally understand that. But on a free open beta weekend, to have like about 1,000-ish viewers in the game category, I feel like it would be nice to see it be free to play at least for the first week to get people really hyped up about it. Oh, we got another pink one over here. So I think there's purple and pink. I think they really need to differentiate the colors with that. Like maybe just add green as a rarity. And then like I guess, unless there's also orange, because I think it was just red. But like I said, we got the one red item, and it was like, nope, you're not seeing it. Oh, the combat helmet looks kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, they don't give you extra, like for example, the combat helmet is not going to give you extra ammo or do anything. The colors might matter a little bit, to be honest, though. Like if you're running like a bright red hat, I would probably say that that's a disadvantage in the game, to be honest. But again, it's like relatively small. It's just cosmetic, but some cosmetics in games do give you an advantage, that's for sure. But in this game, I would rather just wear like a full like mask versus running like aviator sunglasses that are super shiny and they can stick out. Because sometimes as the Predator, I definitely seen other Predators do this too, where they start like fighting people, and let's say they eliminate one person and they're trying to eliminate like another one, like they didn't take that much damage, so they'll try to kill another player. I've seen it where the Predator will attack like an NPC, so try to match your character to look as much as like an NPC as possible. When you deck yourself out with all these cool like camos and stuff with like gold gun, it makes it very easy to tell that, oh, that's the player, that's not an NPC, right? So I think that is definitely something you could also consider if you're looking to min-max in the game. Yeah, we'll definitely open up another like 10 loot boxes here. And plus, remember, every single time we're getting a duplicate. Like, just that alone was 150. Even if we get 3 dupes, that's almost half of a loot box. So, it's pretty generous. And again, that's the lowest rarity. I'm wondering if they're going to change it. Because look at that one over there. That's already 325. That's almost enough for another loot box. But yeah, this is opening up like 50 plus loot boxes. We had like 30 something. And on top of that, we're able to purchase a lot more. We got 2 more in this one, and then we'll be able to buy at least 10, and then with those 10, we'll be able to open up more. So I'd say it's pretty generous. Even though, one thing I don't like is when you lock items behind loot boxes specifically that are cosmetic anyways. Like, just let us use our currency just to get what we want. I know they kind of have a system like that, but some of the items are just locked behind only loot boxes. Again, this could be changed. Oh, let's go ahead and go back. And so we can purchase a bunch more over here. We can purchase another 5 more, and then we'll put a lot more over here, just so you guys can get an idea of if the loot boxes are worth purchasing or not, because I literally saved them for it. I was going to make a loot box video, but I'm like, I would just rather include it in this over here. Dude, this is so many, dude. Like, look how we got, like, almost half of our loot boxes back, because remember, we opened up a few other ones. That's insane. So we're getting, like, a 50% return rate on our loot boxes. That's crazy. Like, that's really generous with the game. Duplicate, yeah, like I said, when we get triple duplicates, that's almost half a loot box. Another one. But we've only gotten out of, well, let's see how many, we've opened at least 40 at this point, right? We've only gotten one of the red ones. So the drop rate on the red ones seems to be very, very low. But even though we got one, we didn't even get to see what it was. That was disappointing. Bunch of comments. Green hex. I also want to mention another thing. The Predator's helmet can be like taken off and then you can hit him. But for the most part, you won't really see the under part of the Predator's face. So like a lot of these camos, unfortunately, for the Predator's face, you can only really see like the sides of it, which are only like visible from very, very specific angles. So that is one thing I feel is like not that useful. I'm guessing that Sandstorm camo doesn't have, and this is maybe a placeholder. It looks like it's a loading screen, but again, it never loads in, so I'm not sure if that's just something that's not in the game yet, or if it's trying to load it in and it's just not working properly, a bug, I don't know. But I hope if we get one of the legendaries this time, it will actually show up, because, yeah, it's super disappointing to get something and not be able to see it. The aviator sunglasses, I really like how those look, but the problem is, again, you'll stick out because the AI won't be looking like that with those gold-rimmed sunglasses. Some more camos. And I feel like a lot of the camos, they just look very, like, normal. They don't look special, but maybe in the actual game that will change. And again, I think it's better to run, like, the basic-looking camos. And most of the stuff doesn't really matter, like the shutter, the war paint, because you'll probably want to wear a mask. Or again, just make you look as close as you can to the NPC. Oh, that's a red? Wow. Okay. So the ratio is so far is what, 2 in like 40 something? At least with our results. But when the results are like so scarce, like as in like there's not enough big of a pool. But yeah, so far we haven't gotten any weapon. Ooh, we got another red, a crimson mask over there. That looks kind of cool. Alright, 6 more. Actually, we got a lot more because we're gonna be able to open up like half of our items that we're getting. Look at that. Look, like that's almost another loot box right there. That's 400 right there on that other one. That one's, again, really close. I wish there was a faster way to open up these loot boxes too. Like there should be a skip, the little spin that they do, but I'm guessing it's because they're loading them up. And I'm not sure if the loot boxes are predetermined. Oh, we could be Shrek over here. That's what I'm talking about. With those roots camo. But I just wanted to kind of see what was in the loot boxes, and a lot of people are also wondering. And I had to say, but I'm like, no, we're gonna make a video opening up like all these loot boxes all at once. But I know usually loot box videos don't do so hot anymore, because people usually get pretty upset. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna include one in this one. All right, so even though we opened up another 20, we could still open up another. How many are we opening up? This is insane. Like, the amount of times I'm sitting here still opening up loot boxes, and we're gonna make like an hour-long video going over all of the stuff that we got out of a loot box. Okay, we've opened up like 60, and we've got what, three of the red tier items. Okay, so we have another 15. Gosh, that's insane. But at least when you do get a duplicate, it's just instant currency. If any of you guys have played, what was it? Was it BO4? You had to get 3 duplicates before you get like anything in return, like a reroll or whatever. That's insane, man. There's just so much just useless items, and that like for example, like a digital camo. Look how many we got, triple digital camos. But there's just like I said before, like I just want like digital camo should be across everything, or at least do it in categories. Oh, we got another digital camo that maybe, you know what it's ruling for? It's ruling for a weapon that isn't implemented in either the beta, or if it's not. Yeah, that's my guess. Because remember, we could go see all the weapons here, but maybe since I don't have the weapon unlocked, I can't get the thing to show up on here. Or maybe it's a new weapon that they haven't added in yet, which would be even cooler, because that means that, you know, when the full game comes out, there's more than what was just showing off over here. You got 500 for that one. This means I have another loot box out of this, plus I have another 325. So the loot boxes are pretty generous in this game, like with getting duplicates, and I've been getting a lot of duplicates now. Also, oh, I didn't mention this. With Predator, there is body types. There is basically male and female, but I mean, you just saw it right there. It's not going to change up the gameplay too much, unless they make the hitbox different. But, oh, that's another one where we just basically got another loot box and more. We're going to be here till the end of the time, which, that's hilarious. Oh, we got another duplicate of gold. Okay. Well, another loot box where we made profit on it. But I'm sure what most people do is they sit there and they just open up like 1 or 2 loot boxes, and that's it. They don't save them, so it doesn't feel like that much work. But at this point, we're about to buy another 10. What would be hilarious though is if we ended up earning more currency. Like we've had 3 loot boxes like consistently right there, where we actually just made more than 500. I think they need to make it cost more. Well, we got this is another loot box where, since we have so many of the duplicates, we're just making more. We get more currency. I wonder what the currency is. If someone knows what the name of the currency is, let me know. Whoops. It says V. I'm like, is that V Box, man? Ooh. That one is just like the same one, but it's green instead of bronze, right? And that's a legendary? I mean, it's okay as like 1. I didn't think it was like that amazing, but... So we've gotten 4. I don't even know how many loot boxes we've opened up at this point. Okay, so how many can we purchase now? Because like I said, we had several where we just made profit on it. I'm surprised this is that easy. Alright, so we have another 12. We made a profit. Well, that's too good, dude. Let's go to Vegas, boys. Okay, that one, unfortunately, not so much. But if we had another lavender, that would be another one where we would have actually like made profit here. So I think we're at 4, right? 4 of the highest rarity in the game. That's another profit right there. Ooh, that's close. It's 400. Okay. Well, that one, unfortunately, we won't know what that one looks like. We got half of our currency back. We got the eye patch. I wonder if with the eye patch they do left eye patch, right eye patch, because with the hats they were recycling content by doing the same hat, but you wear it backwards. Like, I think it would be cool if you just unlock the hat and you can just put the hat to whatever position, right? But that's literally like doubling their content. With I guess just replacing where it's oriented. That one we made we got 750 on, so that's kind of nice. Oh my gosh, we still have so many cards. We got another 3,000. Dude, this video is gonna just be the longest video ever, which was super unintentional. I was like, oh, I make this like a good like 20-minute video. We can go for everything easy. So I tried to preview like or kind of gauge like a time frame for some of my videos. But this one, it's a lot longer, honestly, than I thought. But again, that's another one where we got an extra 75 by opening it. It feels like we can sit here all day. Oh, we got Sage. Oh, so we just finally got a weapon color variant. That's cool. Oops, okay, there we go. We can get another 10. Are you serious? So we went from what, like 16 to 10? Dang, that's crazy. Dang, dude, look at this. I guess we'll end up getting more currency. I was saying we'll open this one like last because the price of the currency is like so perfect. But let's go. All right, sunglasses. Okay, that one we didn't make profit off of it. Next one, all right, 10 left. But it's actually not 10 left because we'll be opening up a lot more. Look at like that one. That's another reopened loot box. Plus we got one camo already. I think people will unlock everything really fast for this game. Like in terms of the cosmetics. Because keep in mind, I've only played for like this weekend, but I did play a lot because I was having a lot of fun. But like, I almost want it to give me less, because, like, I just want to, like, we made 400 off of it. Which is almost another loot box. It's 4/5 of the way there. Okay, that one, no profit. 225. But even the lowest that you can get, 225 is almost half of getting another loot box in the first place. Yeah, there's a lot of camos I feel like that are just really filler. Like that one as a... uncommon. Yeah, I definitely think that this will be changed. Unless I want people to do loot box opening streams and sit there and open up the whole time. Oh my gosh, we're already at 6 more loot boxes because they're each 500 each. They have flat bills, so I wonder if there's baseball caps with like bent bills, like that's like the flat part of it. I wonder if they're gonna have curved ones. We got 2. You can get the same item. You get a duplicate inside of the same loot box. I feel like that should be something that they like, look into. Ooh, we got our first knife camo. That's a legendary. But why is that a legend? Does it even look that cool to you guys? I feel like that. Like if it was that like that rainbow like chromatic effect, that would have been really cool. Okay, so we have another 4,000. We can buy 9 more loot boxes after opening up what? What are we at, like 10? We're gonna go on for a while here, dude. This is a 1-hour vid now at this point almost. All right, another 9. Okay, so that's 400. The loot boxes are actually so OP in this. Like, it's too generous. I've never really said that, like, in terms of, like, the duplicates in any game. Most games, it's like, feels bad, like, when you don't get what you want and you just get the duplicates. They don't give you enough. But this one, I feel like it gives you too much. I mean, I'm okay with it, but I'm saying, like, as, you know, someone, if I was, like, an investor of this game, I would be like, you need to give them less points, because it's too much. But, like I said, as a consumer, it's great. So, that's awesome. But there hasn't been any really amazing camo that stuck out to me that I'm really interested in getting. I think what would be cool, since they have some voice lines in the game, to get Arnold's voice line. That would be really cool. I don't know if they can get it, do like copyright or whatever, but Arnold is not in the game. I probably should have mentioned that. I had a lot of people ask me, yo, can you select Arnold as a playable character? You can't, man. There's no Arnold voice line. To get to the chopper line is literally get to the chopper. It's not even chopper. Like, it doesn't have that, like, you know, to it. I guess it's just, again, copyright. I wish they had some of the voice lines. I mean, they have similar ones, but, like, it's not in the same tone, or it doesn't have that weight for anyone that is, like, a huge Predator fan. But, alright. Let's see how much we get. We're almost at 6 loot boxes now? Oh, we got a red cap. Wow. So, it's literally the same exact hat, but it doesn't, this is not flat bill. And it's just a color variation. That's like a 50% return rate. It's not too bad. Oh my gosh, this one's making us profit again. I want to, and stop giving me good duplicates. Give me more comments. Actually, I just really want to see like how many more of the reds that we can. I think we got 5, right? Those are all the worst, lowest of lows. Oh, we got another. We've gotten. Is that like 6 now? We got 3 of the exact same helmet in different colors. That's disappointing to me. To get a legendary and it's just the same legendary that you already have, but another color. Okay. Oh, we still got 4. Well, probably more than 4 to be honest. Honestly, how many loot boxes have we opened? I want to say, are we almost at like 100 loot boxes? I want to say we've at least opened up 50. I don't even know how many at this point though. I definitely should have made this its own video. Okay. All the lowest of the low. We'll probably be able to open up at least 2 more. Yeah. But I think we've got most of the camo. But we still haven't gotten that, like, the rainbow one. Okay, so we still get 2. We'll probably end up getting enough currency to get another one. So yeah, I'd say at this point, since we have most of the stuff, it's like a 50% return rate. Okay, that one goes up plus 75. Oh! Ooh, that actually looks nice. Finally, we got a good one. What do we got? Like 7? So maybe 1 in about 10? A beanie. I hope they don't do all color variations of a beanie as well. Oh gosh. But again, a lot of games are like this where they just try to have like thousands of items in their loot boxes and the chances to get good things just become super diluted with things that you open up and you're like, okay, we got another sandstorm camo, right? Alright, the final loot box. Unless of course we make profit on this one. So we're at 241 right now. duplicate. Okay, this is not the final one. Alright, this one. Is it gonna be the final one? This is our last one. Unless we, of course, make profit off it, which this game is pretty generous with. And we got an olive. That's a pink one. Okay, I think we're out, right? We're done. Are we done? We're finally done. We don't have no more loot boxes. Oh gosh. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed seeing all of the customization, all the loot boxes and stuff. Most of you guys probably tuned out already, but yo, shout outs for you guys that are actually still watching it with that. Dude, that was way too long, I felt like, honestly. Hey, it is what it is, and I'm giving to you guys just as it is right now. But I mean, honestly, I won't complain about the loot box system. I think it is great, but again, as an investor of the game, I would say that it probably it's like you're too generous. I love you guys, but anyways, thanks for tuning, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you are new here and want to see more Predator content, well, the beta is just ending today, but you know, maybe we'll play some more if they do like another open beta weekend. But for me, it was just a weekend game that I had some fun with, and we'll have to wait and see where the game goes to determine if I'm going to make it like a full-time like game that I'll be doing more like in-depth stuff on. But I still have a lot more videos to come very soon, so if you want to see more stuff with Predator, subscribe, turn on the bell, and you'll see more very soon. But thanks for tuning, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video, which I promise won't be this long. But thanks for watching. Peace.